So today I'll be pulling back the curtains on the secret to selling 48 high-ticket treatment packages every single week, and that is without having to discount your services, because we do speak with a lot of clinic owners and pretty much all of them have ran the Facebook ads. They've ran the $99, the $200 discounted promotion to get people in, and what we've seen is that a lot of it just results in basically the same problem. So I really want to dive into this, and my goal here is to simply help med spa owners, clinic owners, healthcare professionals just get more patients, make more money, and have more freedom. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Michael Veritas. I am the founder of Agency Veritas, and we've been in the business of helping businesses and business owners scale their practices. And over the past 7 years now in April, we've spent over $10 million in ad spends to test, optimize, and actually scale the frameworks to success. So kind of the main issue that I've seen with clinic owners is that no matter what level they're at, they pretty much all have similar problems. I mean, the average clinic owner we speak to gets stuck in this trap where they're chained to their business, working overtime, trying to make ends meet. And I'm guessing if you're here, you are a business owner, a clinic owner, a dermatologist, esthetician, a healthcare professional. So if we really want to get to the root of the cause of why did you start a business? Why didn't you just go work for someone else? It was probably because you wanted time freedom, you wanted financial freedom, you wanted to be able to spend more time with your kids, with your husband, with your wife. In fact, you probably started a business out of a place of freedom. You wanted to be free, right? And then if you actually look back into the day-to-day now, a lot of clinic owners are actually chained to their business and they don't even have time to spend with their kids. And a lot of these people we've worked with who, especially at like 20, 30, 40, 50, 60K, they've tried multiple agencies, running Facebook ads, running Instagram ads, and they've been told that discounting their services is the best way to grow. And in the past, that might have been the case. But they worked for them for a couple of months and they very quickly realized that it was bringing in the wrong type of clients. I mean, chances are if you're here, you don't want to be a one-stop shop for like a discount hunting client that's coming in for like 20 units of Botox, right? You want people coming in and buying your high-ticket transformation packages and like bringing you clients, bringing you referrals, leave you reviews, and sign up on like a multi-membership basis, so becoming a long-term client. And these are the people we want because they're going to make you the most money and they're actually going to make your life a whole lot easier. And a lot of the people we've worked with, they have high-ticket machines. They financed really expensive machines because they couldn't really afford to spend the hundreds of thousands of dollars on things like Morpheus8, TriLift, M-Sculpt, CryoSkin, stuff like that. So they pay these machines off month to month, and it ends up collecting dust in like the back rooms. A lot of these people, they buy these machines, they get oversold by the device reps with the impression that they're going to be able to sell these treatment packages for like 3 to 5K, no problem. And what actually happens is they're left with a bill to pay of like 5K a month off per machine, which is adding to their already incredibly high overhead. And the machine is actually collecting dust in the back room because they cannot sell or find actually people who want these higher ticket services. And that leads them to being even more stressed out because new patient flow is inconsistent. And maybe they get the odd referral, but from word of mouth, but they really want to go to the next step. I mean, they want to work with an agency. They paid, like $1,500, $3,000 a month on paid ads. They paid a marketing agency like 1.5K a month to run their ads and follow up with their leads. But again, when people come through the door, they start getting consistent patient flow, but it is the wrong type of clients. So either they're not getting enough clients or they're not getting the right clients. It's kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. When they're running discounted offers on Facebook, the no-show rates actually, from what we've seen, were insanely high. They were through the roof, which means that they were actually paying their nurse practitioners, their estheticians hourly to sit in front of an empty chair. They were paying their team to do nothing, and that resulted in them having no time or, of course, financial freedom and actually more stress. They don't have time to spend with their family, with their kids, which for most of these clinic owners, for most of you guys probably, that's the reason you want to start a business, right? What ends up happening is they can't really give their kids the life that they want. And they also can't have the business running effectively and actually be able to help the people who are in need of help. And their staff can't really close patients because they're low quality. So it's kind of a lose-lose situation because they were running discounted offers and they were actually confused when the people who just came in wouldn't spend thousands of dollars because they wouldn't really make the $99 promotion to a $3,000 transformation jump. And the team was also losing motivation and excitement in their consultations because they knew that when people came in, they were coming in for the offer and nothing else. And then, so the question I asked myself for like weeks, even months, was why are so many clinic owners stuck in this cycle of being burned by marketing agencies and struggling to actually grow? And the best way for me to explain this was actually put it in the what I like to call them being stuck in the discount client cycle. So you're probably here because you realize that you can't sell consistently with referrals and you need some sort of marketing agency or someone to help you with consistent patient flow. And then you either start looking for an agency or you start seeing ads from people guaranteeing you the world, telling you they're bringing you like 50 patients a month, 30 patients a month. You jump on a call with them, they tell you it's like 6K up front for 3 months, and then you realize that the ads they run on Facebook that they said are gonna bring them tons of clients, that are gonna spend money, they're basically the same ads as everyone else. They are the same $99, $200 off gift voucher ads that attract people who see you through the lens of price. You get super frustrated, you try to opt out, so you either go from marketing agency to marketing agency every single month. You're wasting tons of time and money and just trying to find the right fit. And then a couple of months later, you're back in the same dilemma. That's why it's a cycle. So you realize you can't really scale consistently and you need an agency. You just convince yourself that it just wasn't the right fit. So you find someone else and it's the same thing. They tell you just in a different way. Here's the thing. Every single clinic owner is doing the same thing. They're running the same offers, using the same still images and generic videos, the same ads, the same funnels, the same super aggressive AI follow-up system. And in some cases, they actually use the same call center calling your leads because your team doesn't really have the time to. And that call center is from like the Philippines who are supposedly qualifying the leads. And you go in to listen on a phone call and you very quickly realize that they don't really know what they're talking about. They don't really know anything about the treatments you're advertising, and it's incredibly generic. And if you don't believe that you're doing the same thing as everyone else, just take a look at the Facebook ad library. Now, if you don't know what it is, you basically have the ability to say every single ad that other clinic owners and other business owners are running just by typing in their Facebook page or the treatment into Facebook ads library. It's the same videos, it's the same generic images, and the problem with this is that when you lead with price, you attract price hunting clients. Let me reframe it like this. So let me ask you, if you're running like a $99 promotion like these ads, like everyone else, what type of clients do you think you're gonna attract? You're gonna become a magnet to clients that see you through this lens. Like, wow, another cheap promotion. I can get a fraction of the price of a package and get all of the treatments. So they come through the door, they book in, they either don't show up because they don't know who you are, or they just come in for the promotion and it's blatantly obvious that they're never gonna buy any treatment. And they say they need to think about it, or they come up with some other excuse, and then you never see them again. So that's because when they get their phone and they're scrolling Facebook for like 5 minutes, they see a similar ad overall and they're getting basically another service or the same service for a cheaper price, and they're strictly seeing you through the lens of price, which is a race to the bottom because there's a new clinic popping up on every street corner every single month, and they'll always be able to have their prices lower than the competition. With that being said, there are kind of two routes you can go here. One, which we already talked about, is you can lead with price, which again is the race to the bottom, which is where you are in the position in 5 years' time where you're basically even more stressed. You don't even have a business. You might have had to close it and you've got incredible amounts of overhead, maybe even debt if you took out a loan to start the business, and a bunch of other problems, and it's not good. So you're not even profiting when one comes into the door. Or on the other hand, you can actually lead with value, which puts you in a category of one where no one can compete with you, right? And this is what it looks like when, instead of leading with price, with a guarantee, with a $99 special, whatever it may be, you simply lead with value by making content based around the pain points that actually resonate with your audience. And this way, people see you like, wow, this content is actually valuable. It actually resonates with me, and I think these are the right people to help me out. I mean, a good example of this is when someone goes for something like liposuction, which is in essence a weight loss surgery. It is a life or death surgery also because of the anesthesia. You don't just find any surgeon and tell them to perform liposuction. You find the one with the most credibility, with the most authority, and the most trusted surgeon in your space. The exact same applies when it comes to actually higher ticket services. So the people who actually have the money to spend, they don't look for the cheapest promotion. They look for the person with the most authority and the one that they know is actually going to help them get results, the most trusted person in the space. So how do we attract these like affluent people, the people with discretionary income? The way you do it is by positioning yourself as the authority. This doesn't mean you need to have 50,000 followers. It doesn't mean you need to have 5 million posts. All it means is that you just start consistently posting and providing value, because in essence, that's what's going to attract clients who have the money to spend. And after you've done this, you start doing this actually. It's not a one and done thing, it's a constant thing. And this is where what we like to call the beauty accelerator funnels come into place. So step one of the whole process is that we're not going to run cheap promotion ads. And this area is dying out because in the past, when no one was doing it, it was something new and was interesting for you to run these promotions, but now everyone is doing it. So you have to start doing something different. You need to lead with value-driven content to position yourself as the aesthetic authority. So when people actually click on your profile, when they see your content, they want to watch through and it actually resonates with them because you're making content based on the things that your actual audience actually cares about. And just to give you an example, if you have a Morpheus8 treatment and you know it can help with skin tightening under the neck as an example, why don't you make a reel with your phone? And by the way, you don't need like a $5,000 camera, you don't need an expensive lighting setup, all you need is a phone. Just make a video breaking down the benefits, like for example, here's the best treatment for tightening up that turkey neck without invasive facelift surgery. Boom, you go over the benefits, boom, you run them through, and you actually provide value. And then step 2 of the process is creating ads that lead with value. So the same principle, but with ads. And value, not cheaper prices. So paid acquisition is incredibly important because it's actually gonna skyrocket your organic growth and transform cold leads into knowing, liking, and trusting you before they even come through the door. So you need to run Facebook ads, you need to run Instagram ads, TikTok ads, in the exact same way where you just provide value. And that sounds good and all, but in practice, how do you actually know what will resonate with people? So you might have like 10, 20, 30 years of experience. You might have a dozen services. So which one do you promote? How do you promote it? And it's pretty simple, at least in the beginning. You actually do what's called keyword research. So basically you go on Google. If you own, let's say like a triage machine that does non-invasive or non-surgical, facelift solutions, you type that into Google, and then you actually look for the questions. So you don't look for like blogs and stuff, you look for questions that they pop up in like a bullet point or an accordion format on Google, and that's where you look. So for example, what question should I ask my surgeon? What's the best non-invasive facelift treatment? And then you take these questions and then you need to make content around those things that actually resonate with your audience, because that is content that people are actually searching for. So for example, maybe you can make a reel going over the top 5 questions to ask your esthetician before performing non-invasive facelift treatments, or top 3 options that people have to like contour their jawline, to tighten and tone their face and like the neck without facelift surgery, without the risk of surgery, right? So you're providing value in this way in the ads, and that is going to attract affluent clients who see you as an authority. And here's where the third step comes into play, where you use longer form content that actually qualifies your audience. So an example of that is this right here. So most of your clinic owners, they're your like med spa owners, healthcare professionals essentially, and you've seen my reels, you've seen my content, you've seen me providing value, and you've clicked on this to learn a little bit more about what it is we do, how we can help, and it's actually providing value. And this is the point where we bring the authority funnels. So we bring them to an alternate page after they see the ads, they see your content, and there we qualify them through providing value, like the treatment you offer, the benefits, pricing, etc., etc. We give all of the value away, and again, reinforce the fact that you are the authority in the space, because you can't really give too much away because people don't have the machines you have, they don't have the expertise you have. So we take the value and then we drive them through a qualifying survey. So instead of just asking them for like a name, number, zip code, email, and then aggressively follow up with them to get answers to the questions that you actually care about, we actually get those questions in advance. So we want, for example, credit score, if they're willing to commit to treatment, what have they tried before, some concerns they might have. And that way, when people come in and sign up and book a call with you, or they book a consult, we know that they've already seen you as the authority. And we also know that they've already been fully qualified. And then 3, they've gone through a qualification survey, so we know that they're actually ready to buy. So they don't not only want the treatments, they're ready to actually pay for it. And then step 4 is actually charging what you're worth and selling transformation packages for like 5 to 10K. This means that you no longer have to price your services based on what other people are advertising, because you are the authority and you can start to stack value on top of your original offer. So, for example, let's say you offer cryoskin packages for a pack of 12, let's say for 2,500. Don't just sell the cryoskin, sell coaching, sell diet plans, sell weekly weigh-ins, sell an accountability group with other people who've actually gone through. That way you can start charging like 5 to 10K. You're in a category of one, so you're not competing against anyone else. You are in a standalone category because people already trust the fact that you know what you're talking about, because people don't really buy into the treatment, people don't buy into the technology, they buy into you. And that is the one thing that no one can compete at in your area. So they can compete on price, they can compete on the fancy technology, but they cannot compete on you and your expertise. And the benefits of this way in comparison to the old way are enormous. Like, these are the benefits. And people buy into you. I mean, why do you think so many people like Joe Rogan?
What are your thoughts on alien life?
It doesn't matter if you like him or not. He has the #1 podcast in the world. He's not the most amazing interviewer. He doesn't have the best, most research questions. It's because he's authentically him, and he interviews people and he talks about things he actually likes and he's actually an expert in. So, for example, MMA or what it might be, right? So the benefits of operating this way are that nobody can compete with you, as I just said, not on price, not on expertise, not on nothing. So you attract more affluent clients with discretionary income. So this is kind of a lot for you to digest. So let me just give you like a quick recap of the system that has worked better for other clinics. So #1, the leads actually come to you, don't have to chase them. Bookings actually show up. #3, people buy your higher ticket transformation packages without you having to haggle them, without you having to like hard sell them. Also, sales objections decrease, clients come ready to buy, you have more profit to deliver a better service, and lastly, you have less stress and you have more time. So actually the real reason why I got into the business. So that's basically the secret to selling more higher ticket services and making more money with less stress. And I know we have to wrap up. If you have any questions about this or need help with implementation, just hit me up on Instagram. Just so it's easy for you, so you don't have to think about what to type. Just DM me the word grow, and I know you came from here.